The World Bank has cut its GDP target for Malaysia to minus 0.1% in 2020 as the COVID-19 pandemic threatens to bring the global economy to a screeching halt. This is a significant drop from its previous GDP target of 4.5%. The World Bank says its forecast incorporates the slower growth momentum from the second half of 2019. But more significantly, it reflects the impact of the outbreak under a scenario where the current large-scale disruption of economic activities would extend for most of the year before a partial recovery towards the year end. However, it did also highlight that its estimates have a large degree of uncertainty, conditional on the rapid development of the outbreak domestically and globally and the subsequent policy responses. The World Bank expects net exports and investments in Malaysia to see a larger contraction this year, while private consumption growth is seen slowing to 1.6% from 7.6% last year. It adds that while Putrajaya's stimulus package could help to mitigate the immediate impact of the outbreak, more targeted fiscal policy interventions would be needed should the health crisis deepen and result in a longer duration of economic disruption. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Alsultan Abdullah Riyatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah and Raja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Haja Aziza Amina Maimuna Iskandaria have decided to forego their royal emoluments for 6 months starting March out of concern over the outbreak. According to the Comptroller of the Royal Household for Istana Negara, this is to ease the burden of the government in handling the COVID-19 pandemic. It is also in line with the Cabinet's decision to cut the Prime Minister, ministers and Deputy Ministers' salaries for 2 months, with the money to be channeled to the COVID-19 fund. Malaysia announced 140 new positive cases and 6 deaths today. That brings the total number of cases to 2,766 and fatalities to 43. According to the Health Ministry, Malaysia's death rate is at 1.55%. Meanwhile, 58 patients have recovered, bringing the total to 537. The closure of palm oil estates and milling operations in 6 districts in Sabah is a cause of concern for the industry. This is particularly since Sabah is the largest palm oil producing state in Malaysia, accounting for 25% of 2019 production volume. Yobi Kiehan said in a note today that the closures could result in a loss of 18 to 20% in Malaysia's monthly crude palm oil production. That's about 240,000 tonnes per month. This would translate to about a 2% loss of total CPO production for the whole of 2020. The research house says the plantation companies under its coverage that would be impacted by the shutdown would be Genting Plantations, Kuala Lumpur Kepong, IOI Corp, Kim Lung Resources and Hap Seng Plantations. It says Hap Seng Plantations will take a 26% hit to its earnings, given that 95% of its estates are in the affected areas. The rest will see a 1 to 5% earnings impact. UOB Kehian expects plantation companies to stay profitable, with average selling prices of CPO being 2,400 a tonne, 5% lower fresh fruit bunch production, and a 15% higher cost of production. Its top pick would be IOI with a target price of 4 ringgit 20. IHH Healthcare co-led a minority investment in telehealth company Dr. Anywhere as part of the Singapore-based startup's $27 million Series B fundraising round to fuel its expansion plans. IHH, Asia's largest hospital group, said the investment is in line with its strategy to partner with innovative companies that deploy cutting-edge healthcare technology. IHH MD and CEO Dr. Kelvin Lowe says the partnership will enable IHH to expand its digital ecosystem and better support clients. Dr. Anywhere operates an end-to-end digital platform that enables patients to schedule and receive virtual consultations with doctors and have prescribed medications delivered to them. The startup, via its mobile app, serves more than 1 million users in Singapore, Thailand and Vietnam and plans to expand to new markets like Malaysia and the Philippines. According to its founder and CEO, Lim Wai Mun, its business has jumped 2 to 3-fold in growth since the COVID-19 pandemic started. CIMB Group's Wan Razly Abdullah is said to be the top contender for the CEO post at Affin Bank. This is with the departure of Affin Bank's current CEO, Kamarul Arifin Muhammad Jamil, who is leaving the lender after 5 years in its driving seat. According to sources, his contract expires today. At least 3 sources tell The Edge that one Razly is expected to be his successor. One said the appointment was still pending Bank Negara's approval. The source said, if all goes well, he is expected to join Affin Bank sometime in the middle of the year. Wan Razly was the CFO of CIMB Group's Indonesian subsidiary, PT Bank CIMB Niaga, for some 10 years before he returned to Malaysia last year. He then became the group's regional head for consumer strategic business management. According to sources, he has resigned from CIMB Group, with yesterday having been his last day.